Hello programmers, hope you all are doing well. My name is Vikas Tiwari and welcome to Programmers Mode. In this video, we will build password validator using JavaScript with some sprinkle of style on it. So let's get started. So here I am using VS Code code editor, where make sure you have installed Babel JavaScript. You simply have to go here in extensions and here you have to type Babel. You can install this one where the name is as Michael. If you want any other, then you can go for it too, it will work fine. So here I have created one folder on desktop named as password validation. Here I will create one file named index.html and I will create folder structure like one CSS folder and one JS folder for scripts. In CSS I will create one file named as style.css and here I will create one file named as script.js. So I have created this folder structure and here's how at the end our project will look like. So I will open this index.html with live server. We will keep referring this page in between. This will help you understand better. Here I will click shift exclamation and I will enter this. So this will give us a boilerplate to get started with. So here I will write document name as password validation. Here I will write div greater than h1. So here I will write password validation and hit enter. So if you didn't get this, what I did, this is known as a Emmet code. I have a separate video on this which is referenced in the description below. You can take a look on that. So moving ahead, so up till here this is how our page looks like. So for this input fields I will use table tag here under div tag. So I will write div and here table. Under table I will write tr tag. Under this I will add table data as password. Again table data. Here I will write input tag. Here I will give this type as password. I will give it a name password and I will provide it ID of pass1. So here I will make it full screen so it is visible to you properly. So here simply I will copy these tags and as we have to retype the password, I will paste it again here and I will write here retype password and save it. And here I will pass ID as pass2. Moving ahead, for button again I will create one div. Here I will write button and I will hit enter. And here I will give the name of button as validate. So now let's take a look how our page looks like. So this is how our page looks like right now. Let's move towards styling. So before moving ahead, let's link our index page with style and script page. So for that, here I will write link and hit enter. Here I will give the URL of the style page and here at the end I will add my script. Here also I will give the URL of the file in JS folder script.js. So we have connected our HTML and CSS page. So now we can move ahead with styling part. Here firstly I will style our body. So for that I will simply write body and here I will write font family. So here I will pass this font family display flex. I will give flex direction as column. I will justify the content in center, align items center, minimum height I will give it as 90 VH and I will give font size as 1.5 rem. So here in h1 tag I will give text align center. Then moving towards input field, here I will write input and here I will simply inherit the font family. So for that I will write inherit. I will give the width as 100% with border 0. Here I don't want the box type, I want one single line in bottom, so I will write border bottom 2 pixel solid with say black color. So let's just save this much. I don't want this boxes popping here when I click on it, so for that I will write here outline none. So as I save it, and again when I go here, I click it, I don't see those boxes popping here. Here I will give font size as 1.3 rem. I will save it. Again here I will give padding of 7 pixel and here 0. So let's move towards button. So I will write button. So in button, firstly I will give this as a position relative. Moving ahead, display block, I will give some padding and margin here, 19 pixel, 39 pixel, 18 pixel and again 39 pixel. I will give margin so that it gets separated from this baseline. So here I will write 25 pixel, 120 pixel and I will save it. So it is now looking quite good. So I will give it a color. I will give background as now it is visible. Now I will give it a font size of 18 pixel. Here I will text align center. Here again when I click, it gives me a outline. So here also I will do outline none. So when we come here and click, now it doesn't gives us the outline. So here I will give font style as normal. I will give it a width of 50% with border of say 1 pixel solid but not black. I will give here so now the black border is also gone. Here I want some radius, so I will give the border radius as say 5 pixel and margin bottom as 10 pixel. As I hover here, nothing actually happens here and this arrow doesn't convert itself to cursor also. So for that I will write here cursor pointer, and now if we'll hover here, as you can see, as I hover here, I want that color should change. So here I will write button hover and here I will pass background as, and now when I hover here, the color actually changes and it looks pretty good now. Now we are done with most of the things, but now we have to create this card like structure here so that it looks more good and decent. So for that, now what I will do, I will go back in my index page. Here I will wrap all these divs under this div and I will save. Again I will pass a class here and let's call it card, as we are dealing with it only. So here I will create, as you know, dot denotes class and hash denotes ID. So we are dealing with class, so I will write dot card. And now here we can do the styling of the card. So for that, what I will do, I will simply pass the height and width first. So I will give the height as 15 and here width of say 22 and save it. Now I will display it in flex. I will give here flex direction as column. I will set the position to relative. Here I will give border radius as 16 pixel. It is not visible to us, so I will write here box shadow and I will pass 15 pixel, 25 pixel and say 5 pixel, and with some other color say E1, E3, and I will save it. So here we can see the border, but as we can see, the input fields are not aligned in center. So to manage that, what we can do is simply here I will create one more div and I will wrap everything inside it. and here I will give a class say name as center, and I will write dot center, and I will give margin of 25 pixel is 30 pixel. And here now you can see it is now looking quite good. So here we are done with the styling, and as we have connected our script page with the HTML page, so let's start with the scripting. So here I will be using ES6 arrow function. So for that, what I will write const, and here as we are trying to validate the passwords, so here we need to get the values whatever user enters and to validate whether they are equal or not. If so, we have to prompt the message with respect to it. But there are many cases, we will cover it as we move ahead. So let me create a function named as validate, and I have to call this function whenever user clicks on this validate button. So whenever user clicks on this validate button, I will call onClickEvent function, and this function will make a call to our validate function. Moving ahead, now as we have made a call, and here I will create two constants as p1 for password 1 and p2 for password 2. But now here I have to get the values that user is going to enter in this field, and here as you can see I have given a ID in the input fields. So I will use these IDs to get the user entered data and will try to validate it. So for that, what I have to write is document dot get element by ID. I will pass the ID as pass1, but here I want the value of it, so I will write dot value. So same I have to do with the second one. Now you know the if else block. Here I will check if p1 is equal to p2, then alert message as the passwords are matching, and I will return here the value as true. Else what we can do is simply prompt a message which indicates that our passwords do not match. And I will return here the value as false. So let's see, if I enter here 123 and 123, it says password match. If I enter here 123 PM and validate, then too it says password match. If I write some random text here and I try to validate it, it shows passwords do not match. But I would like to show you one thing here. If you don't enter anything and try to validate, it will show that passwords are matching. But we don't want this to happen. So as we know, there are falsy values like 0, false, null, empty string. All these things are treated as falsy values. So here I will make a check on it. If p1 is equal to null or p1 is equal to empty string, or say p2 is equal to null or p2 is equal to empty string, so here we will alert user to fill all required fields. So I will write please fill all required fields, and here I will return the value as false. Here I will write else, and we are good to go now. So again I will click here and it shows please fill all required fields. And if I enter here some random text and without entering here I try to validate, then too it will show please fill all required fields. So it is now quite good, and we have learned the small scripting part here. So we will keep moving ahead and we will be doing more projects like this. For today that is all. We will meet again in next lecture with an amazing interesting topic. If you like this video, please subscribe and share with your mates. Until then, take care and thanks for listening.